Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am super excited for this video because we're going to be testing out the new Profusion Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector Foundation. I have the shade Fair 1 Warm Yellow, which is the lightest shade that they offer, making this video part of my lightest shade series. If you're not familiar with this series, which probably a lot of you aren't because I haven't done one of these in a hot minute, I used to do a series on my channel where I would test out a foundation for the first time and then do a wear test throughout the day, which is what I'm going to be doing today, and it would always be the lightest shade of a foundation range because that's typically what I normally wear as a very pale person. Normally the lightest shade is either my shade or it's a little bit too dark for me. This series was inspired by Nima Tang because she does the darkest shade series, and she normally wears the darkest shade in a lot of foundation ranges, so I will have her channel linked down below if you're not already familiar with her. Definitely go ahead and check her out. So let's go ahead and talk about the claims for this foundation and just the details surrounding it. This does retail for $7, and I do just want to say thank you because this review was brought to you by Karen Harris. She's my friend here on YouTube. I'll link her channel link down below. She is a huge fan of Profusion, and she picked up the Violets palette and sent it over to me and threw the foundation in the package, so I'm super grateful. I'm extra excited about this foundation because, like I said, it retails for $7, so it's very affordable. It has 1 fluid ounce, so that's pretty much the average. It is available at Walmart or on the Profusion website, so pretty accessible, and it's also vegan and cruelty-free, so I absolutely love that. There are 12 different shades in the range, and although that's not a incredibly high number, it does look like there is a pretty good range going from the lightest to the deepest shade. Just from looking online, I can't say because I haven't seen them in person and I haven't watched any other reviews on this foundation. So some more details on this foundation. It says that it is a satin finish skin perfector. It's infused with hyaluronic acid, which I love hyaluronic acid. It has SPF 15 to keep your skin protected and hydrated, allowing your radiance to glow from within. So it is nice that it has a little bit of SPF, but just keep in mind that you definitely still want to go in with your sunscreen as usual underneath, because even though there's a little bit of SPF in this, unless you're using a ton of product, it's not going to actually give you the SPF 50. But I still appreciate it being there as a little cherry on top to the sunscreen that I already apply in my morning routine. Really quickly, I'm going to insert some swatches on how this shade compares to other foundations that I own. Okay, so the very first one here is the Profusion foundation in the shade Fair 1, which is described as a warm yellow. Next to that, I have the IT Cosmetics CC Plus cream in the shade Fair, which I feel like the formulas kind of reminded me of one another, but they both have like a luminosity, a little bit of SPF to them. So I wanted to compare those, but the IT Cosmetics one is a little bit lighter. And then next to that, another foundation I thought was kind of similar is the NYX Bear With Me foundation, which I have in the shade Pale Light, which is definitely a little bit lighter and also on the more cool tone side. And then lastly is the Ulta Stick Foundation, which this one is the shade Very Fair Cool, and it's one of the lightest foundations that I own, so I kind of just wanted to show it as like a really good comparison because that matches me perfectly in the winter, so you can see the difference. Alright, so if you want to see how this applies and wears throughout the day, then let's just go ahead and jump right on in. Okay, so jumping right on in, I already went ahead and applied my sunscreen about 30 minutes ago and let it sink in. So I'm going to start off with some primer real quick, and then I'm just going to use the Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream. On one side of my face, I'm going to go ahead and use the Shop Miss A Paw Paw sponge. This is my favorite sponge of all time. It's like $1.50. Highly recommend it. And then on the other side, I'm going to be using a foundation brush. This is the BK Beauty 101 brush, so that we can see how the foundation applies with both a brush and a sponge. This foundation does say to use a brush or your fingertips to apply a small amount, but I don't really love using my fingers for foundation, so I'm gonna not. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and do, I don't know, I guess like one little drop there. I'm not sure how far this is going to go. And I'll start off with my sponge. Okay, the color. It's a little dark for me. Very, very yellow. Just going to go ahead and blend that in. I mean, I feel like a little went pretty far right there. I would describe it so far as having like a medium coverage with a natural finish, and it kind of smells good. Can't even place it. It just has like a very, very soft, sweet scent. Okay, so there is what half a pump looks like, and I do like the way it's looking just right after applying. I think it's a really pretty finish, and the color did sheer out a little bit. I don't think it looks too far off from my skin tone, so I think I can definitely pull that off, although I will say that if you are super fair, even fairer than me, then this is definitely going to be a little bit too dark. So let's go ahead and do another like half a pump with the brush. I'm just going to go ahead and add that on. Okay, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more coverage with the brush. I feel like with the brush it still has a tiny bit of dewiness to it, but it's definitely a bit more glowy with the sponge side. So honestly, I like both sides. I think it would just depend on what I'm going for. But overall, it looks pretty nice on the skin. It looks very skin-like for being more of a medium coverage. Even on my nose, it's not really emphasizing any dryness, because that's definitely the part of my face where my foundation always looks the worst, is my nose. But I like it so far. So I guess I'll just show you what I'm doing for my base really quick, since I am going to do a wear test. I'm going to mix the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced and Kosas concealer, because these two are both not my perfect shade. The Born This Way one is a little bit too light. The Kosas is a little too dark, so I like mixing them underneath my eyes. And I'm going to be really careful about not putting a bunch of concealer everywhere, because I really want to see how this foundation does on its own. So I'm just going to conceal underneath my eyes and then spot conceal this little area right here. I'm not going to put it on my forehead or nose or chin like I normally would. Just blending that in. I'm going to go ahead and set my skin with the Give Me Glow Cosmetics setting powder. I'm just going to put a little bit of that underneath my eyes, and then also setting my forehead. So there's what the foundation looks like up close. I feel silly showing you guys my phone because my lock screen is a dream board and it's a little personal, but the time right now is 9:33 a.m. for the wear test, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up my makeup. Probably come back to show you it really quickly. Okay guys, so this is what my face looks like after finishing my makeup. I did accidentally get a little bit of fallout, so I do have some sparkles on my cheeks, unfortunately, that did not want to wipe away, but overall I think that the foundation looks really, really nice. I feel like it looks like a really good amount of coverage. It doesn't look textured or cakey on the skin or anything. It also feels pretty set down even where I don't have any powder. It's not oily or transferring or anything like that. So far I'm liking the foundation, but now I'm gonna go ahead and wear it for the rest of the day and I will be back. Okay guys, so it is now 5:55 p.m. so I've been wearing this foundation for over 8 hours, and I have to say that it actually does look pretty good. I've got a little bit of creasing in my smile lines, and I feel like I can notice a little bit of not cakiness, but just a little bit of texture in some areas that I have a little bit more texture. But I think for like an all days wear, this foundation looks really, really good. I'm definitely impressed. I think that it has a good, decent medium coverage that seems to hold on throughout the day. It definitely has not got more dewy or luminous on me throughout the day, so I think that this foundation could probably work for a lot of skin types. So overall, I like the foundation. I will definitely keep using it. I would love to know if you've tried this foundation from Profusion, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!